Sunrise has helped me grow as a Christian because, like I said, we've got a diverse group of ages here. And, there's always someone that you can mentor. We help out with the youth group, we mentor, but, also I'm a part of a life group where there's older men than me, and they help me also grow as a Christian. So, it's a great trade-off. Everyone's mentoring someone, and someone's always getting mentored. And I think that as a church helps us really grow as a Christians.
I've just been so proud of my small group in youth group this year. We have just a complete mix of people, and just to see them be kind and open to each other has just been amazing. And every time I see little things that they'll say or do, it makes me confident that God is definitely at work in them.
Yes, and you'd think once you get older and you're an empty nester and then you're a grandparent that you don't really need or have concern for younger folks. But to me, that's the future of the church.
I see Sunrise help others grow starting at a very young age with the small children all the way up through, high schoolers. And then not only are we teaching them to be disciples of Jesus Christ, we're also giving them opportunities to serve in the church and feel a part of the church.
Church isn't just you sit down and you listen to the scripture. It's also you get to be involved and you get to have a lot of fun while you're there.
I like we praise because there's so much singing and so much fun in there.
I connect by other people by going on fireproof tours.
So spiritually, I think we all innately almost believe that we can study on our own and that's enough to be a Christian. But you really need community to be a church, and I think that's what we get here.
Being involved in the mission activities that are available. And I think any time that you're involved, the more you're involved, you grow.
Even though I may be reluctant at first, I realize there's probably a reason they asked and there's something I have to offer. And usually they might think because they need some help from me, but as a result, it's really that I end up, growing and learning something about the Lord or something about the other people around us that I didn't even know existed.
I've learned a closer walk with Jesus through my groups. I've learned from the kids. I've learned from the worship services. And yes, I have grown since I joined Sunrise 13 years ago.
I always thought I've been a good Christian, but I think by delving into the Bible more deeply and then also sharing with people that have similar interests, I found that spiritually I've just become more aware of not only myself but the church and the surroundings and trying to be a better Christian.
I've always known that God existed. I never had any doubts about God growing up. My family did a good job building that foundation. But it wasn't until I got to Sunrise and started attending some small groups and just listening to others around me and then making a decision to be a little bit open and vulnerable to the fact that Christ could make a difference in my life instead of just believing He existed. And I can remember a church service at the elementary school that the epiphany or the bell rang for me was that I was waiting for Christ to pursue me and tell me it was time to choose Him. And I heard the sermon that said that Christ had already made that invitation for me, and then it was really up to me to take advantage of that He was there, He was waiting on me, in other words. And so once I realized that, the decision was I'm going to take it, and I did. And I remember telling the pastor in the receiving line leaving church, so I think it's time. I think Christ is ready to have me be part of this family, not only as a church member at Sunrise, but also as just a member of faith. And so I've grown specifically a few steps further on my Christian journey over the last 22 years by letting Sunrise be the place where I got comfortable, got vulnerable, and got some Jesus.